Broadcasting from the McLaurin Carpet Studios on Central Avenue in downtown Laurel, Mississippi. This is Good Morning Pine Belt with Ben Winpickler on SuperTalk Laurel 99.3.
All right, good morning, Pine Belt. We're back here on a Wednesday morning. Thank you for tuning in this morning, wherever you may be listening. We have a great show coming up today. Lots and lots going on here across the Pine Belt. We're going to tell you all about it. We're coming to you live, as we always do, from the McLaurin Carpet Studios right here in beautiful, historic downtown Laurel. If you want to go check out McLaurin Carpets, go do it now. If you're wanting to get ready for the holidays, I know it seems like it's a long way away, but it's really not. It'll be here before you know it. And if your floors look like ours did about a year ago, you want to go get that taken care of now. You don't want to wait until, mid-November and try and get it done by Thanksgiving. They work fast, but maybe not that fast. So go call them today. Go check them out. If you want to get a free quote, McLaurinCarpets.com to get you taken care of. Before we bring our first guest, too, I want to mention that this segment of Good Morning Pine Belt is brought to you by our good pals over at Bank First. Go check out Bank First today. I know I'll be over there tomorrow picking up my my usual grab over there every month. So, and when I walk in, they'll know what I need and they'll know what I want. And they know me by name, and they'll get me taken care of quickly and efficiently and get you taken care of. And they do that for everybody. You're not just a number, your name at Bank First, bankfirstfs.com. All right, joining us now. Typically, we have our good pal, Mr. George Bassey, in every month from the Laurel Rogers Museum of Arts, but we got tired of talking to George, so we brought in somebody that's even better from the museum. We have Miss Haley Steinwinder, and I don't know where I got Haley from, Hillary Steinwinder. Hillary, thanks for coming in this morning.
Happy to be here, Ben. Thanks for having me, and I will try to fill George's very large shoes.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can do that. I'll do my best.
I tell people all the time, if you know more than George Bassey, then you probably know more than anybody in the world, because I think George Bassey knows everything about everything.
Oh, it's impossible. No, you cannot best him on general knowledge, especially when it comes to Laurel.
No, he is definitely the man of knowing what is happening in Laurel. But from what I hear, as far as knowing what the day-to-day happenings of the Laurel Rogers Museum, you're the person to come to. So I'm glad we got you on today. And hey, I know we talk with George every month, but y'all are really about to ramp up in the fall.
We are. It is going to be an amazing fall at the museum, and we're really kicking off a lot of those programs this week. We're coming off a great summer and just transitioning right into more excitement. We just opened a wonderful new exhibit in our downstairs galleries called KIMONO, Garment, Canvas, and Artistic Muse, and it's just beautiful. It is really showing kind of the journey of the kimono. We have everything from the beautiful ancient silk versions of the garment to how artists are really interpreting that iconic image today. So everything from those really just classic kimonos to kimonos made from glass and metal and wire and rope. And so really looking at how such a classic thing can be made contemporary.
Yeah, I've always loved to see those kind of paintings. And every time y'all have these exhibits, y'all display it in great ways and everything. But these exhibits, they're not always here to stay, and this one's no exception. This one will only be here for a limited time.
That's right. This one's just here through November the 8th. So come in and see it. It's a great week when it's over 100 degrees outside to come enjoy the air conditioning at the museum, I will say.
Yeah, the air condition and looking at the art is free. So you can't,
it's
beat that.
free. You can come in and out whenever you like. It's the best deal in town.
Yeah, if you get too hot and you just want to look at something nice, or if you just want to soak up the AC and pretend you're looking at something nice.
That's right. Just sit on a bench and enjoy the quiet of the museum.
There you go. That's the one exhibit that's kicking off. That kicked off yesterday, so it's already open. But y'all actually have one that's getting ready to close in just a couple of weeks.
We do. You don't want to miss your chance to see In3s. It's a photography exhibit that's displaying photos by the Clay family. So husband and wife Maudie and Langdon and their daughter Sophia. And it's just a beautiful display of photos, and they're hung as per the title In3s. So you can really look at them in comparison. But they're vivid, they're beautiful, and they really are a great great kind of example of modern photography.
And it's actually based out of some pictures that are in Mississippi.
Oh, it's all Southern based.
Okay.
Yes, it's all kind of Mississippi roots, Mississippi life, everyday life.
Yeah. Yeah, George told us about that one too. It sounds really, really interesting. So that's closing on the 30th, right?
That's right. Yes. So you have a little bit of time
left
to come and see that.
And I know sometimes y'all rotate them in, but you don't want to take that chance. Just go see it now.
You want to see it before it's gone.
Yeah.
There'll be something new to see after that, but don't miss your chance.
Yeah, that's right. Because it may come back around, but it may not. So you never know. Go see it now while you have the opportunity.
Exactly.
So that's closing. But y'all have another specific event, and I know we've talked about these with George before. Y'all have these, what y'all call art talks. Every month, I believe y'all have one of those.
That's right.
Y'all have one coming up actually tomorrow with a very famous local artist who I'm pretty familiar with.
Local artist, local legend, some may
Yes.
say, Adam Trest, will be with us tomorrow during our art talk starting at noon, going till about 1. And he's going to talk about his recent participation in the Venice Biennale and the exhibition there and being a part of that and really just that whole experience and how it's influencing what he's doing now in his work now. And Adam's just so great.
He is.
When he gets,
He's
in
a
front of an
genuine
audience.
guy. He's so good.
Absolutely. So I know that will be wonderful. I know we'll have a great crowd. So y'all come join us. Bring your lunch if you like. We'll have drinks and desserts there provided by the museum. But come on and listen with us.
So it starts at 12, so you want to get there just a few minutes early, right?
It never hurts to get there a few minutes early, get you a good seat. And again, it's free. Like so many of our programs, no additional cost. Just come and enjoy and learn.
And Adam's a great listen. I know that's just one thing he's done. I know now I've seen he's getting in the art contest for the Mississippi Duck Stamp, and he's done all kinds of things. I joke with him all the time. I remember when he was one of my camp counselors when I was in elementary school, and he was still in junior college. And I'm like, did you ever think 15, 20 years ago that you'd be here now? He's like, not in a million years.
Well, and I think they just announced yesterday that the new Lantern House book, the Christmas Lantern House book, is going to be out this holiday. So he's got lots of great stuff going on. We're just super thrilled that he made time for us at the museum.
And he's a great listen. And like she said, he's not one of those artists that's going to sit there and bore you to death. He's extremely interesting to listen to, and he's great with a crowd. So you definitely, if you have time from 12 to 1 tomorrow, you definitely want to go check that out. But again, that's just one thing. Y'all have so many other things that are happening here just in the next couple of weeks.
We really do. So we started a great series the beginning of the summer, Music in the Museum, Born in America, kind of really playing off America 250. The kind of big anniversary. And so we've been celebrating 250 years of American music each month with a concert. So we had June, July, and here on August 28th will be our last one. We're working with amazing local musician John Milham. He is bringing in just top-notch talent from New Orleans and from around the South to explore the sounds of jazz and how it's evolved over time. Another free opportunity to come and listen to some great music. Again, it's August 28th from 6 to 7. First come, first seated.
Yeah.
So that'll be the kind of the wrap-up of our holiday summer.
And if I
series.
remember from what George says, there'll be some beverages included there, maybe some light snackage.
We always have some beverages there and soft drinks, wine, beer, water for our guests.
There you go. Come listen to some great music, a good evening. Maybe if you're an early dinner eater like me, you can catch it after dinner, or you can maybe go before dinner. If
make
you
it
like,
work in your schedule.
Yeah, you can make it work and enjoy some jazz. And John is really good. I've heard him. He's fantastic.
It's amazing. You're sitting there surrounded by this beautiful art, in our Sanderson Gallery, listening to truly world-class music in Laurel, Mississippi.
Yeah. From someone from Laurel, Mississippi.
From someone from Laurel. There's really so much talent here.
Yeah, there really is. Well, that's next Friday, and then that's the end of the thing. And then I know we'll have George on too, but y'all have some fun stuff coming up in September too.
We do. Yeah, everything from some of our regular programs kicking back off for the fall, like our Artful Yoga program.
Okay.
Yoga is always peaceful, but when you do it surrounded by world-class art and a beautiful music setting, it takes on just kind of a very different vibe. And we're so lucky to work with local yoga artist Ann Barrow, who comes in and teaches that for us. Wednesdays in September, starting at 9, so
Okay.
before we open to the public. And it's just a 45-minute class every week of the month, again, for free. So if you've done yoga before, great. If you haven't, don't be scared.
Yeah.
It's a beginner class. Come on and join us. Believe me, I'm out there, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So it's wonderful and really meant for all. And then we'll be bringing back our workshops that we do routinely. We call them our weeknight workshops,
Yeah.
everything from ceramics and clay projects to watercolor workshops.
Yeah.
So check our website for that full listing and when those dates happen. Always fun to do that. And then, of course, with it being the start of the new school year, education and educational outreach is a huge branch of what the museum does. And we really want to affect children and school children and teachers and educators in our area and beyond. So we're kicking off our student tour program again. We've started working with the University of Southern Mississippi and their Mississippi Review and their Young Authors Academy to put on a new program for high school language arts classes that we haven't done before. So we're inviting them in to come and write with us in the gallery. All that's on our website, too.
That's awesome. That's one thing I love about the museum is there's always something for everyone.
Absolutely.
All ages, all interests, everyone. And you can check it all right there at their website. Or you can just swing by and just check it out for yourself. Again, 98% of that is free. So we appreciate what y'all are doing over there. One of the best resources we have right here in Laurel. Hey, Hillary, thank you so much for coming on this morning.
No problem, Ben. Thanks for having me.
You're tuned in to Good Morning Pine Belt on SuperTalk Laurel 99.3.
All right, good morning, Pine Belt. We are back here on a Wednesday morning. Our thanks to Miss Hillary Steinwinder there with the Lauren Rogers Museum. As I told her off air, George is out, Hillary's in. So, no, we love George. We'll get him back in when we can. So go check them out. Always a great resource for our area. Hey, before we bring in our next guest, though, I want to mention that this segment of Good Morning Pine Belt is brought to you by our good pals over at Dixie Electric Power Association. Go check it out today. I know we had Miss Amanda on not too long ago talking about ways that you can save a little bit of money here when it's so hot, but don't forget that convenience comes at a cost. Hey, you know, it's really hot. So if you don't want to be really hot in your house, you know, they can only do so much to save you money. But they actively do that, and they're great people, and they have great internet. So if you want to get into that internet, go check them out, DE Fastlink, or you can just go to DixieElectric.com as well. All right, joining us now, we have a couple of people in with us. We have Mr. Chris Tullos. Chris Tullos, he is the director of the Chamber of Commerce, in studio with us. And then on the phone, we have Miss Nikki Hudson with Community Bank. Nikki and Chris, thank you all so much for coming on this morning.
My pleasure.
Good morning, yes.
All right, well, Nikki, we're going to jump right in. I know that we've talked about this before, and I know that this is one of probably the most favorite events that the Chamber puts on every year. Coming up here in just about a week, we have the Women in Business Forum, and tell us all about it.
Yeah, so the Chamber of Commerce puts on different events for the community, and the bank is lucky to sponsor and partner with them on Women in Business. We have since its inception, its very first year. It's one of our favorite events, and this year it's going to be August the 27th, and it is going to be at the Dixie Electric Business Park. So it will be in that same location that it was last year. If anybody's unfamiliar, that is the old Wayne Sanderson building. So it's going to be a great day. It's from 11 to 1. We're going to have a wonderful speaker. Her name is Tricia Richardson, and we'll talk a little bit about what she's going to discuss. But it's a great event. The catering is going to be done by Brandy Lott, so she's going to bring in and have some delicious food for us as well. So it is a lunch event.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not a woman in business, but I may just sneak in just to get some of her lunch, because I've had Brandy's food before, and it's really, really good.
But you will not be alone. You'll be surprised. There are men who attend. It's not a lot. It is, but there are multiple men who show up and are there to support their ladies in business. And so, come on, we'll be happy to have you.
There you go. Well, Nikki, kind of tell us, for people who aren't familiar, kind of how y'all got started doing this, kind of why y'all got started and everything, and then tell us about Trisha, because I know it's y'all always have fantastic speakers at this event, and I know Trisha's probably going to be no exception.
Right, absolutely. So when the chamber came to us, 7 or 8 years ago, talking about trying to put on an event, we really wanted to do a women-focused event. I mean, there's so many ladies who are involved in professions all over the Pine Belt, and especially in Jones County, and finding a way to give back to them and encourage them in their professions was kind of the goal. And so I feel like we've done that well. This year, Trisha Richardson is the speaker, so if you want to follow her on Instagram or any of her social media, you can look her up under Trisha Richardson Style. So she is a professional in professional style itself, but also etiquette and presence and networking. And so it's going to be a really neat day in the way that we go about from 11 to 1. So we're going to have a networking time, which we normally do, but she's going to coach us through some of that and give us some tools as well to practice. And then we're going to sit down and have a great lunch, and during that time, she's going to talk about what the most underutilized tool is that we all have, and that is the table that we bring people to.
Yeah.
So especially here in the South, so often deals are made and conversations are had when we're having different meals and people over. And so you want to be able to utilize that table and make sure that you get the biggest impact when you bring people to your table. And then after that, we'll have a short break and do some fun door prizes, and then we're going to talk about your professional style and your professional presence, and making sure that we are giving ourselves the most best foot forward in the way that we dress and present ourselves, but also staying true to who we are. So it's really neat, and she does that for people individually and for different businesses, and so I'm excited. It's a unique speaker, and we're going to have a great day. Yeah.
So now, is this open? I think when sometimes people hear the women in business, they're like, oh, well, I'm just a secretary at this place. I'm not really in the full dealing of the business world. Who kind of is this open to?
It's open to anyone. I know there's other similar events around the Pine Belt that are geared more toward business owners, but that's not the case here at all. I mean, this could be anyone who's working in any industry, any profession, any lady who wants to just help better themselves and their professional presence and their skills when they're at work, but also, when they're just out and about.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to bring Chris in now. Chris, again, is the director of the Chamber of Commerce. And Chris, I know that, as I said at the beginning, this is one of y'all's most well-attended, and really, from what I've seen, the feedback is fantastic on this event.
Oh, this is a standout event every year. Definitely want to thank Community Bank for their sponsorship and continued support for this event for sure. And and of course that kind of leads into where we are right now in registration. Right now we are on wait list only. However, don't let that prevent you from going to get on that wait list, because people sign up when I first put it out there and life happens.
Right.
And, they drop. I don't want anybody to miss the opportunity, because this is going to be, like Nikki was saying, a very unique perspective where you're going to have a lot more interaction. The audience is going to feel like part of the program, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, I know it's technically a wait list right now, but you got probably a decent chance of getting in.
Oh, 100%.
I would doubt y'all are going to turn many people away.
No.
So if somebody's interested in getting on that wait list, quote, wait list for right now, how do they do that?
You can go to our website, jonescounty.com. Under the Chamber tab, just click events, and you'll see it. Easy to sign up. If you are a member, you get 2 free tickets. If you're not a member, then it is $50. But again, that lunch is included, and it's going to be some valuable networking and professional development time. Yeah.
So it's definitely worth it. Hey, shoot, if you're just going just for the lunch, it's worth it. I'm telling you.
Right?
I'm telling you, man, I've had Brandy's food before. It's really good. But no, it's going to be a really great event overall. And Chris, I know that this is just one of many events that y'all put on. But from the Chamber's perspective, I know Nikki mentioned it, but how important is it to have this event kind of more geared towards the women?
It's good. We understand that the business community here in Laurel and Jones County is very diverse. Mm-hmm. And we want to make sure everybody feels included. And Well, you mentioned, what if it's the entry-level secretary?
Yeah.
Well, that's a stepping stone for potential future business owner.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure we equip those folks to make Laurel and Jones County successful and a place that everyone wants to do business.
Yeah, that's one thing that I always love about these kind of events is what I've picked up. It's all the events from the bottom of rung of the organization to the top. They're all for everybody.
100%. Everyone's going to feel like they're not going to feel like they're talked down to. They'll be part of the program, and we'll leave there with definitely a couple nuggets and a full belly.
Absolutely. With Nikki, I wanted to come back to you too. I know that I say it every time I read y'all in as one of our segment partners here on Good Morning Pine Belt. But one thing that I love about Community Bank, and it's right there in the name, and this event is no exception. Y'all are so focused on. Because every day you see different banks being bought by this bank, but man, Community Bank is always there, and y'all are always focused, just like your name says, on the community.
We are, and we do pride ourselves on that, and being able to be there for our community and give back and be involved. And we always say that the more we give back to our community, the more our community will give back to us. And so that's who we are, and we're going to stand by it and make sure that we stay as involved as possible in any way we can. Yeah,
absolutely. All right. Well, Nikki, is there anything we missed about the event coming up next Thursday that you want to remind the people of?
No, I feel like we've covered it. It's going to be a fun day, and go ahead and get on that wait list, and let's see if we can get anybody else in who might not have already registered, and we'll love to see you there.
Absolutely. Chris, I know as we end too, any more events coming up in the very near future that you want to remind the people of?
I will be making an announcement probably next week. We've got an event coming up in September.
Teaser.
Finalizing all the details on. And I try not to create too much confusion with the way we stack up events.
Yeah.
So, stay tuned. Definitely follow us on social media at the Jones County Chamber. Check out our website. And again, one more time, I want to thank Community Bank for putting this on. They're also one of our premier members, as well as Wayne Sanderson Farms, Mississippi Power, Dixie Electric, Cooperative Energy, First State Bank, and Huntington Bank.
There you go. All right. That's Nikki Hudson with Community Bank and Chris Tullos with the Chamber of Commerce. Thank you all so much for coming in this morning.
Absolutely. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right. That's the Women in Business event coming up next Thursday, August 27th from 11 to 1. Go ahead. Get on that wait list. As Chris said, they're going to do everything they can to get you in, so go ahead and get on it now. So we appreciate them coming in. We'll be right back, and we're going to talk more things happening here in Laurel with Mayor Johnny Magee. So stick around. Good Morning Pine Belt. We'll be right back.
We're back to Good Morning Pine Belt. SuperTalk Laurel 99.3.
All right, good morning, Pine Belt. We are back here on this warm Wednesday morning. Our thanks to Nikki Hudson there with Community Bank, Chris Tullos with the Chamber of Commerce. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great event if you are a woman, like Chris said, in any level in business here across the Pine Belt, or even if you're not in Laurel or Jones County, if you're anywhere in the Pine Belt and you want to hear this, it's going to be a great topic. It's going to benefit you greatly. Every event I've ever been to that the Chamber of Commerce put on, I walked away with something valuable from that event. So go check it out. Get on the wait list. Again, Chris, I can almost guarantee you Chris will find you a way to get in if you want to get in. So before we bring in our next guest, we just had them on, and I just harped on how much they're in the community. Community Bank always partners with us for this segment of Good Morning Pine Belt. So we, again, want to thank them. They're great people. Like I just talked with Nikki earlier, they are hyper focused on what happens here in the community, and they are just one of many great partners that we have here at Good Morning Pine Belt. So you can go check them out today, communitybank.net. All right, joining us now is a man whose job that I do not envy, Mayor Johnny Magee, mayor of the City of Laurel here, and Mayor Magee, it's not quite hot enough yet.
Not yet. It will get there before the day's over.
It is not quite hot enough, and hey, you know what? It's gonna like you said, it's gonna get hotter. Not just today, but it's probably gonna get hotter before before the month's over. Well, Mayor Magee, I know we talk about it when you come on a lot, but one thing that is always happening here in Laurel is what I like to call progress. A lot of people see it as a nuisance sometimes, and sometimes it can be a little bit aggravating. But every time you see those orange construction signs that you cannot drive down this road and you have to make a detour, that means progress. And Mayor Magee, we're not short of progress across the City of Laurel because y'all are making things happen. Kind of tell us what y'all have going on right now.
Well, since we are sitting on Central Avenue, we'll start with Central Avenue.
Yeah, everybody's favorite topic.
Everybody's favorite topic, but if you remember when we were doing this end of Central, it was pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
And like I tell people all the time, it is never a good time to do road work.
No, it's not.
Never. And especially when you don't know what's underneath.
Yeah.
And that's what we're dealing with right now. The forecast right now is to be finished with Central in the end of November.
Okay.
Seems like a long time, but I think everybody will enjoy it when it finally gets here.
Yeah.
I know the merchants are edgy. Christmas is coming. We'll be in the midst of the Christmas shopping during this construction, but it'll be getting close to the end. If the rain will hold out, if progress can continue to be made, we may be able to beat that line, and hopefully sometime mid-November.
Okay.
But we're hoping that everything continues to progress and continues to get closer to that finish line, and I think everyone will be happy with the finished product.
Yeah, and the reason, I think sometimes people forget that y'all aren't just taking up the pavement or the bricks and just slapping the pavement. The same thing happened here, and the same things happened, and we'll talk more about those. Y'all are fixing everything.
We are, and it will last for 100 years.
Yeah.
We'll all be gone. We'll never, nobody will know the progress that it took to get to where they are now.
Yeah.
But we're replacing water, sewer, drainage, putting in new lights, new sidewalks. And I think everyone will be happy when it's all said and done. And this is not the only project that we have going right now.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I think sometimes people think it is, but it's not.
Exactly. And at this time, we've got a bridge that we have had out about 3 years. We have finally started working on it. Finally got the funding for it, and that's the Arco Lane Bridge.
Yeah.
And which is over by Amick Farms and the Laurel Housing Authority apartments.
Yeah.
So Arco Lane will be open to traffic again in about 3 months. And we also had a bridge on West Drive that's out.
Yeah.
They have started working on it.
Yeah.
And we're going to do not only the bridge on West Drive, but the entire street.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There you go.
The people in the rest homes, the comfort care in those facilities, they were having to drive with the ambulances down a horrible street.
Yeah, it was in bad shape.
And, the patients couldn't be comfortable because of too many potholes and other kind of holes.
You could lose a whole ambulance in some of them.
Exactly, but we're going to fix that. It's going to take longer than Arco Lane, which is going to be about 3 months, but this is going to be about 14, 15 months, but it'll be another great addition to the travel experience in the city of Laurel.
Yeah, and I know we talk about it too. Those are obviously lanes you mentioned. There are a couple, some residential, but a lot of commercial on there.
Correct.
I think sometimes, because I know we've talked about this before, people are under the assumption that y'all only do roads that benefit, quote, more so downtown, but more commercial. But
Right.
man, y'all, I see it when I drive around. Y'all are doing so many residential streets.
Exactly. We have right now. The bids are opening next week. We're doing 22 additional residential streets, not the major thoroughfares like Central and Leontine Price, but streets that pass in front of people's houses. 22 streets. The city council members in the particular ward chooses their streets. We have so much money allocated. They choose the streets, and their residents that they represent are happy with new streets every year.
Yeah.
And we do about 22 streets every year.
Yeah.
And we have a perpetual source of funding for those streets.
Okay.
And so we'll be doing that for a good while to come.
Yeah. That's one thing that I don't know where people get that, because maybe it's not your street right now, but give it time, it will be your street.
Exactly. And we're also doing 12th Street, which is going to run from 7th Avenue to 16th Avenue.
Yeah.
And it runs by the high school at the stadium. We're going to have new sidewalks,
That'll
new
be
streets, new drainage, new water, and it's going to, as I say, extend from 7th Avenue to 16th Avenue, and right there at the school where a toddler lost his life, we are going to do some safety improvements there to slow the traffic down, to make sure that, or to do everything we can to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah. I've driven that way quite frequently, and it certainly, that'll be, when is that supposed to start?
That has started now.
Okay.
If you go by, you'll see Mississippi Power moving power lines off the right-of-way so that we can work on the road.
Okay.
But it has started officially, and it's going to take about 2 years.
Okay.
But again, it's going to be a great addition to the travel. And you mentioned residential. This street has residential and commercial.
Yep.
There are churches. There are insurance companies.
Yep.
We have cemetery. It's just a mixture of things
Yep.
that's going to be on that street. And we're going to try to make it much better and safer.
Yeah, and I know obviously you're doing lots of residential, but it's important to do those heavy thoroughfares because that's where the heaviest traffic is.
Correct.
You got to get those too. Well, speaking of major thoroughfares, I know one thing that we've talked about before, and we'll talk about it more as we get closer, but it's inching closer, is the RAISE grant.
Correct.
And that's coming up, from what I understand, pretty soon next year.
Right. We are doing right-of-way acquisition. We're doing surveying. So it should start in 2027. It's going to be a big mess for a while, but it's going to be a great east-west corridor between 84 East and 84 West.
So that's coming all the way from 84 East.
All the way from 84 East to 84 West.
Which is right there at Walgreens.
Correct. Walgreens and CVS.
Going to fix that flooding area under the bridge, correct?
Correct. It's going to remedy that. A lot of people have problems with the parking at the post office.
Yeah.
It should improve that. It's going to be a great project. $25 million. There was no match for the city. That was federal money.
Wow.
And we are proud of being able to have that grant, be able to get it started. It's right-of-way acquisition is a long process, especially when people hear, well, the city wants your land. Then they think, okay, we see dollar signs. And so, but we are going to have to take down 3 buildings. We're going to have to acquire and take down 3 buildings there at 13th Avenue and Sawmill. So, but it's part of the process, and we're dead in the middle of it. And we're making progress on it. And as you say, we should be starting construction next year. but you can see again Mississippi Power moving power lines, the phone company, C-Spire and all moving their fiber and all getting ready for the project, and it should hopefully run smoothly when we get started.
Yeah. Well, Mayor Magee, we're coming up on the end of this segment. We're going to keep them around for the next segment. But one thing that I always love about these projects, and 98% of the projects that happen here, especially in the road work, is it doesn't cost the taxpayers any money.
Exactly.
It's all through grants.
Grants, exactly.
So that's fantastic. I know people see it and they're like, "Oh, well, that's just you're spending my money.
Right.
You should do it." It's not. It's not costing you any money,
Exactly.
and that's fantastic. So we're going to keep Mayor Magee on for the final segment here of Good Morning Pine Belt. We're going to talk about some openings there with the City of Laurel, some important openings there with the city administration and everything. So we're going to keep him on, talk about that and anything else that may come up and happening here in the City of Laurel. So stick around. Good Morning Pine Belt. We'll be right back here on a Wednesday morning.
This is Good Morning Pine Belt on SuperTalk Laurel 99.3.
All right, Good Morning Pine Belt. We're back here on this Wednesday morning. Final segment here on Good Morning Pine Belt. Before we continue our conversation with Mayor Johnny Magee, I want to remind you that you know what time it is. Every time this same day, or Tuesday and Wednesday, I say the same thing. It's almost 10 o'clock. So when the show is over, you can go ahead and start making your way to K-Rocks in Ellisville. The fryers are getting hot. When you get there, they're going to make you food for you fresh on the spot, and it's going to be the best chicken you've ever had. So go check them out. If you want to see the menu beforehand, you can go see it right there at krocksfoods.com. All right, we are continuing our conversations, as I said, with Mayor Johnny Magee here at the City of Laurel. And Mayor Magee, I know we talked a lot in the last segment about the different road projects that are going on here in the city, and none of that is done without the hardworking people that you have across the city staff. And I know right now y'all are looking to fill two positions. One I want to start with, though, is one of a man who is he was kind of a legend in the City of Laurel. Mr. Tony Wheat recently passed away, as we all saw, and they're looking to fill that position. But briefly, I think people sometimes forget of how much of a real impact Mr. Tony had on this city.
Oh, definitely. Tony was a special person, and I hear people say it all the time, but Tony showed it that he loved the City of Laurel, and that was one of the reasons he was the Public Works Director, because he felt that he could make a difference, and he did make a difference, and those are the kind of people that we're looking for. Tony gave his life to it, not only when he was a councilman, but when he became Public Works Director, and even doing things outside of before he was employed in either one of those, he just cared about this city, and he did everything he could to make it better, and I appreciate that, and I thank him for that.
Yeah, and he did it for a long, long time.
He did, and we are, the position is open. We're looking for someone that has that same love for the city that Tony had, and you can contact City Hall, and if you know anyone or if you're interested yourself. And another opening we have is another legend.
Yeah, fill the shoes of another legend.
He has 8 fields named after him at the sports place, Elvin Ulmer, 8-plex. He is retiring the 31st of August, and we are taking applications, resumes for that position.
Yeah.
It's going to take a special person to fill that position.
Absolutely.
But we know they're out there, and we will be seeking them out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, those are two positions that I whoever gets those positions, I do not envy, because you really do have to have a special love for Laurel for both of those, because they're both extremely hard work.
Yes.
For both of those. I say all the time, between Mr. Elvin and Mr. Tim, and then when Mr. Tony was alive, those are probably the three hardest working men in Laurel.
Exactly. And it's going to be hard to replace them, but, life goes on, and God will provide.
That's it. Amen. So people can go put those applications in now. If you can't find it online for whatever reason, stop by City Hall and ask Miss Rachel or ask one of the ladies at the other desk, and they'll get you taken care of. Well, Mayor, with the last minute or so here, there's always a lot happening in Laurel between progress of roads, progress of buildings. But, I just want to kind of open up the floor to you. Anything else that you want to tell the citizens of Laurel, maybe that we missed, anything that's happening or anything that they maybe can look forward to?
Well, hopefully they hadn't missed it, but Hobby Lobby is opening on Monday.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Nukes is under construction right down the parking lot from Hobby Lobby. Fairley's Wings had a soft opening yesterday on Front Street.
I told myself I was going to go, and I forgot, and I'm really mad at myself, but I'm going.
Yep. And if you've been on 16th Avenue, you see that Aldi has their sign up, and they're continuing construction. And Seven Brew has opened.
Yeah.
It's they seem to be doing pretty good.
Every time I drive by, they are.
And all these things add up to Laurel being number 16 in sales tax collection.
Wow.
In the state of Mississippi, out of 300 municipalities.
That's incredible.
Laurel is number 16 in sales tax.
That's incredible. And how many citizens do we have in Laurel?
Around 18,000.
18,000, and we're number 16 in the state.
Number 16 in the state. But
That's
you
incredible.
know, we draw people. We draw thousands of people every day to the city of Laurel, coming from Jasper County, Wayne County, Clark County, Covington County. They all come to the hub of Laurel, and it tells in the sales tax collection.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know one thing that y'all are working hard, and we're helping you to do so, is to keep bringing people here so that we can continue to have this growth, because growth is progress, and progress is always good.
Correct.
Mayor Magee, we always love having y'all on. We always appreciate the updates. I know y'all are working hard, and I know you're doing everything because you share the same love for the city.
We do. And thank you, SuperTalk.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that does it for Good Morning Pine Belt this week. Thanks to all our guests. If you missed anything from the past week, you can go back and listen always on our SuperTalk Laurel YouTube page. We appreciate you listening. We'll talk to you again next Tuesday at 9:06 to be exact. But until then, and as always, keep your dial right here on SuperTalk Laurel 99.3.